Welcome back. Welcome back to Kenton and Habiba. Today's the day we finally help Khalid move into his new apartment, and you get to find out where he's going to medical school and the reasons behind that. We're also going grocery shopping, furniture shopping. It's a lot going on in this video, so sit back and relax and enjoy. Tell me about your game. Is that a game or is that more of a TV console-y thing? I don't even know. It's a game.
It's a game console. It's a Nintendo Switch.
Do you play that alone or do you play that with other people?
Alone.
That's an introverted thing, huh? So Khalid, you got a girlfriend yet?
No.
Why not?
I'm too busy applying to higher education. It's too stressful.
So if there are any prospects, you're not ready for them to reach out to you?
No. And I doubt there are prospects.
You doubt there are prospects? Yeah. I'm sure there's someone who might like you or would like to be in a relationship with you.
I don't know.
Do you buy food out more or do you cook more?
It's half and half now because of the application cycle. Before I cooked more, but now when I'm just like, when I come off of work and I have like 5 hours and I want to do 2 hours to write, then I might order something.
Okay, let me see how it looks. I know, it's so weird.
I know it's fake because when I smile, my eyes don't change. I know it's a fake smile. If my eyes don't curve.
That looks pretty good. Look. You want to see? Come see here how it looks. See if you kind of see, but the light's not great. All right, cheese. All right, let's see what that looked like and see what you think. It thinks it's weird, but it's not. Actually, see, look, you see what I'm saying? It's not weird. Is that weird? It came out actually pretty
After
good.
going to medical school in the South, Charleston, we ended up back in New York City, which Kenton and I absolutely love. That's where family was. We loved the energy. But eventually we went to live upstate New York because we wanted the children to live in a very traditional setting. We moved to Laurinburg, North Carolina, which is a very small town or very small town setting. And it was an opportunity to start a solo medical practice, but also, again, give the children that traditional growing up experience, the trees, the house, the pets, the yard, all of that. And so it was really a wholesome experience for all of us. But eventually we realized that the schools were not great, especially when it came to high school education. And we knew that our children needed to be challenged and that they needed something better. So despite getting to a special high school in Laurinburg, we just knew he needed something else. So we were ecstatic when he got accepted to the School of Science and Math in Durham, North Carolina, which is a boarding school, all expenses paid for the last 2 years of high school. He really flourished there, even though I know it was difficult at first because he was only 16. And initially he thought his parents were just trying to get rid of him, which of course was the farthest from the truth. We were just trying to make sure he had the best available education. No doubt medicine is really hard, and Khalid grew up around a medical clinic, with his parents, but we never once said, Khalid, you need to be a doctor or we expect you to be a doctor. And he'll be the first to tell you he never wanted to be a doctor, but when he went to the North Carolina School of Science and Math, he was encouraged to pursue medicine. And a lot of his peers are also going to be doctors. In 2016, we left the small town and we moved to the Raleigh-Durham area, or the Triangle area as it's known. And 4 years later, Khalid graduated from UNC Chapel Hill, honors in biology and a minor in chemistry and neuroscience. He then decides that he wants to do research at the NIH because he had an experience while in college working there for a summer. And so he was hired to do research for at least 2 years, which he really loved. And he even had an opportunity to go to California to present his research at the annual scientific conference. Fast forward to a couple of months ago or earlier this spring, when Khalid gets accepted to a number of medical schools in the north and also in the south, including MUSC, or the Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston, which is where he was born over 20 years ago, and also where I went to medical school. It was really cool being back in Charleston after over 20 years and being back on the MUSC campus. But we were there for Khalid, and ultimately it was his decision where he wanted to go to medical school. God, it's hot. It is hot, 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 hot. Scorching hot. Actually, we used to come here. We used to walk here back when we used to get a lot of walking. Right? Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. I know this Food Lion. Make a peach cobbler from scratch. So we're gonna get some peaches. Peaches. To cook it, I think that's enough. So as you can see, we're at the groceries because Khalid needs some supplies, he needs some food, he needs a lot of things for his empty apartment. And since we have a van, might as well help him. I mean, he could do it himself, but we want to help. Watermelons, clearly that's popular. Look, that box is empty and it's huge. Probably need some bananas, right, Boo?
I got it.
Oh, you got the bananas? Papayas. I wonder if he wants some mandarin oranges, these little cuties. Is this for us or Khalid? I think this must be for us now. There he is over there. Chop a little broccoli for him. Of course, Khalid's paying for his own groceries, and he was used to living on his own, especially the last 2 years he was in Bethesda, Maryland. So, yeah, but his dad always wants to give him some pointers, of course, because Kenton is really good when it comes to sales and shopping for deals and bargains. Look at this nastiness. Look at this, pure sugar and color. Who is buying this? Fruity Pebbles flavored syrup? Are you kidding me? It looks like soap. It looks like dishwashing soap, doesn't it? Well, let's see, y'all. What's in it? Yep. First ingredient, really bad for you. High fructose corn syrup. This stuff causes fatty liver. Corn syrup, water, contains less than 2% of cellulose, gum, salt, sodium hexamethylphosphate. Do you have that in your cabinet? No, you do not. And everything else. So why are you eating this? Poison. Poison. Anyway, he is not getting anything from here, thankfully. He's not even interested. It does like cereal, though. But stuff like Cheerios, which is fine. It's made with oats, heart healthy. Temptation is getting worse. Chocolates. The temptation is getting worse. Wait, how about some Raisinets? I could do some Raisinets, right? I just finished telling you about poison. Yet, there are some poisons that are not too bad. No, I'm just joking. Haven't had this in a while, but it's not gluten-free because the shell is got wheat in it. In America, there is no shortage of frozen foods. No shortage. Let's go see what he's getting. See, you've never seen me buy any of this stuff. This like TV dinner stuff. They got lasagna, they got mac and cheese. I mean, it looks good, but I have never actually bought this because I know it's full of preservatives, full of salt, full of fats, full of I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's flavorful, but not me. Now, I will tell you the truth. I did used to buy Texas toast when I could eat regular bread. I did. But not anymore. Not in years. Khalid got some frozen vegetables, so that's not bad. Like frozen corn, which I don't mind, and frozen spinach. Those are the only frozen vegetables I like. Corn and spinach. Everything else frozen when it comes to vegetables, like frozen broccoli, just the texture seems nasty to me. Butter is what he's getting next. Eggs. Khalid does not want any ice cream. What? You just got a new apartment and you don't want ice cream in your fridge? What? Look at all the options. They even got keto. Turkey Hill, Briars, you know, the basic. But no, not my son. He is so disciplined. He's not like his mama when it comes to sweets. Of course, Khalid is a student, so he is on a budget, but just in general, he is a very disciplined person and very disciplined when it comes to his studies or his diet. Tuna. You're not into Spam, right? You don't like Spam. So he got the tuna, chicken of the sea. I miss Ritz crackers back when they were buttery and good. I don't know, the flavor has changed over the years. They're not as good as they used to be. No, they're not. So maybe I'm not missing anything. Yeah, this is all Khalid's. Khalid's got his groceries, and now we can head to his apartment. But let's go back a little bit. Earlier this morning, when Khalid moves into his new apartment. So we get to see his new apartment for the first time and help him move in.
China Mieville writes stunning speculative fiction on that stalwart text.
To the newcomer to the manifesto, quite how much praise the evident in the revolutions of 1840 was more afraid of the working class than it was.
This is a one-bedroom apartment. It's carpeted. You come right into the living room, and then to the right is the kitchen. It's got the microwave, stove, sink, and all the standard things you would expect in a kitchen. You walk down the hall, and there is a large washer and dryer in the unit. Looking back into the kitchen, you can see it's a modest size. It's not very large, but it's not tiny either. And then looking into the living room, as you can see, again, it's carpeted. There's a front door. There's a large window. And now this is looking into the bedroom. So again, the room is not very large, but I think it's sufficient for one person because Khalid will not have a roommate. In the past, when he lived in Maryland, he chose to have a roommate. But here he has chosen to live alone. And so I think this is a decent space. It has a decent enough size closet.
You have a good experience?
Yep, that was Smart Mouth Miriam, who, by the way, is recording this portion of the video. So there is the bathroom, bathtub, toilet, sink, you know, the standard. There's Miriam. Mirror. Yeah, kind of basic, but, you know, Khalid doesn't want anything fancy anyway. He could have gotten a fancier, more expensive apartment. You know, they have tons here in the Chapel Hill or Durham or Raleigh area, but this was what he wanted because it is affordable and it's not far from the school.
No, so what we can do is microwave it.
Maybe should I have an extra just put it in the corner? Because I have the table for it.
No, so what we'll do is we'll put the microwave, when we move things out the back of the van, we'll put the microwave in the van, and we'll take it back.
Washer dryer.
Okay, so do it right here? That's nice. Good, so you don't have to take it down now. It's tight. Because you got that big Chester drawer. Alright, so the bed goes that way. That chest is going to fill it up.
Leave the door open.
appreciate Mariam for that apartment tour, empty apartment tour. Now we're back to current time, or this is the present. Looking through Khalid's fridge, we've helped organize some of his items and are putting away the groceries, and he's still trying to set a few things up. As you know, it's a lot of work moving into an apartment or moving into a home, even when you don't have a lot of stuff. Oh, this is your room, Khalid? Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's not too small, right? It's a decent size. It's not big, but it's not small, I guess. Closet's okay. Lot to do, but he's happy to do it. Kareem's gonna help him put up the shower curtain. So we're gonna pray over Khalid in his new space, that God will bless him and keep him safe in this new space and during this new journey of his life. That's incense. You just said a bad word, boo.
I said shoot.
Yeah, it's cozy enough, right, boo? Mm-hmm. It's not elaborate, but none of us start off with elaborate or grandiose. We all got to start somewhere.
You start humble, learn humility and patience.
Annoying Kareem. Yeah, I guess we'll need a cutlery divider.
I know, that's why I said this one.
I put the dishes over here because I just thought they were so cute, nice and sparkly stainless steel. So this is what Uncle Bashir had gotten him a couple of years ago. So it's here with him. Kind of extends the kitchen. Yeah, I don't know what those structures are under the microwave. Kareem, do you think you know what those things are under the microwave? I don't know. You would think it's a vent, but it's kind of weird. Never seen a vent like that before. Because usually the vent's built in the microwave. Miriam says it says stovetop fire stopper. Some sort of gadget, I guess, to stop fires. I don't know. Hey, shower curtain is up. We can go now. We're gonna go eat now. Place is called the Thai Station. Yeah, Thai Station. First time. We shall see. It's a railroad track or railroad station that's been converted into a restaurant. So see, there's the railroad track and there's the restaurant right there. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a storm in a minute. Oh, it looks like actually several carts put together. Yeah, it's pretty. Oh, I like the little backyard. How pretty. Pretty cool how they've converted these old trains into a working restaurant, and then they have these raised tin roofs or exposed tin roof, and that's really nice too. Very Instagrammable space, very pretty. Out of the blue, it just starts raining heavy, and because the roofing is metal, it's really, really loud. I got the Thai iced tea and very refreshing. We're all thirsty and hungry after all that moving. I got a salad with peanut dressing. Love it, love it, love it. Kenton got some drunken noodles and also some soup with lots of noodles and vegetables and meat. I also got the pad thai. I always get pad thai when I go to Thai restaurants. I love it. It's rice noodles, it's gluten-free, so I can eat it. All right, that was good. Bye, railroad. Restaurant, bye. Rain stopped at least. What are you looking for, Kareem?
His bag of tools.
Oh, it's on there. Trying to help him set up his bed, and we realized this apartment does not have built-in lights in the bedroom or living room, so he's going to need a couple of lamps. So I moved that piece from Bashir, Uncle Bashir, to the side, and then that kind of gives a little floor space, and then it's not competing with this other piece, and it gives counter space. And yeah, I think that looks good. That looks good. I love decorating and starting up new spaces. By the way, there are a lot of different things to consider when picking a medical school, including your priorities and the type of specialty you wish to practice in the future. And we never did tell you where Khalid is going to medical school, so drum roll. He is going to the University of North Carolina here in Chapel Hill, and here's why. One reason is that he felt UNC had more to offer than, say, some of the other schools he had applied to in terms of research available, and when it comes to the type of doctor he would like to be. As a U.S. citizen, where you go to medical school impacts the options that are available to you for residency training, and therefore it impacts your medical knowledge, the care, the quality, and your earning potential as a future physician. So ranking was something he considered. So for example, UNC ranks higher than MUSC in Charleston. And for those who don't know, ranking takes into consideration the curriculum, the residency director, the research activity, MCAT scores, acceptance rates, GPA, faculty resources, and things like that. Cost was another consideration, and as a resident of North Carolina, he will get in-state tuition, which will save him a significant amount of money. Like I said before, he loved working at the NIH, and he actually says he plans to go back there one of the summers while he's in medical school to do more research. But after living there away from family, he said he wanted to really come back to North Carolina. And I think there's a level of familiarity to it because that's where he also went to college, and he has a lot of contacts here in UNC. I honestly never considered that he wanted to be back in North Carolina to be close to family. I guess because when I was his age, I was really just thinking about the opportunities or the educational opportunities, and I was willing to go far for them. But I guess Khalid is different, and there's nothing wrong with that. And he wanted to be close to home, to his family. So there you have it. In the end, he is going to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, where he will suffer for 4 years. But he gets the best of both worlds, a great medical school. He gets to be close to family in an area he is familiar, and it was his number one choice. We're heading back home, and Khalid gets to enjoy his apartment by himself. He has the basics that he needs. He has a place to sleep. He has a bathroom. He has a kitchen. He has food in the fridge. He's good, and he's happy to see us go. So that's all for today, folks. But the vlog is not over. It's not a Kenton and Habiba vlog unless Kenton is harassing me or I'm harassing him. That's how we are for the last 30 years, harassing each other.
So if you want to work in areas that need doctors, but the pay's not there, but if you have a huge debt in school, you're going to have to make choices where you got to work to try to, pay off that student loan or pay off that debt. And that's one of the things. And so that basically then discourages. So for example, again, I don't like to talk about things that I don't have any idea about. So I'm going to just talk about just like in law. So in here in North Carolina, all right, so you got about 26,000 attorneys in the state, right? but over half of those attorneys are in Raleigh and Charlotte. So that means the rest of the state, they don't have enough lawyers. So to assist people, especially in areas of criminal law, real estate, and civil. So that tells you that, because part of it is that you go where the money is because of debt and stuff. So same thing with medicine. You're going to go and gravitate towards the specialties that are going to pay. So what happens? The lowest paid, the lowest paid doctors are pediatricians, but they're taking care of our biggest asset, most important, and that's our children in our society. So it's kind of typical. It's sort of like teachers, lowest paid, but they're doing one of the most important jobs, which is training and teaching our children. So we're kind of like, in a way, schizophrenic in our society and our value set,
Right. So that's definitely something to consider. That yes, if you go to medical school in the U.S., typically you will have debt. Now, one way to offset some of that debt is, I guess, if you chose to do reserve, like military reserve, or that's one option. Or another option is if you chose to work public service type work. If you chose to do public service work, they do have forgivable loans. But I mean, yeah, I definitely think the financial aspect is something to consider. But I also believe that you should try not to make all of your decisions based on money. Because I think sometimes that can put you in a really bad situation where you make choices solely because you think, well, I'm not going to apply to medical school, or there's no room for me because I can't afford it right now. I think, you do your best.
The bottom line is it's going to cost you. So the thing is that if it's your dream, you only live once, shoot for that dream, and it's better sooner than later. But you can do it later, but it's harder. So that's the same thing. So that's why doing it sooner, and just figure out ways to try to minimize. So that's why in-state, opportunities, work on your grades, look at scholarships.
Right. And luckily, using Khalid as an example, if medical school is the plan early on, then you try your best to make sure that you have little or no debt during your college education. So, luckily for Khalid, and also based on his hard work and work ethic, he literally is going to medical school with zero debt. Yes, medical school will have some debt, but at least, because of the opportunities that he afforded himself, or the opportunities that he took advantage of while in college, he really doesn't have any debt. Unlike, say, someone like myself, I always talk about the fact that your parents do the best they know how to, and usually by the second generation, we do better. When I came to the U.S. and attended college, I went to a private college, private Ivy League college. It was expensive, and so I left with debt. And then I went to medical school, and then I had more debt. So we tried our best to make sure that that was not the case with our children. And anyway, we're very, very excited for him, very happy for him. And we know that he'll be an amazing doctor someday. Now, what kind of doctor, we don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Part of the journey.
Part of the journey.
Nicer stuff. Yeah, see, I was thinking also something modular, but this is obviously too big. This is like for our house. This is huge. This is huge. We're in Ashley Furniture, where they're puffy, but they got the little skinny arms. And I also miss what happened to our blanket. You know the nice fancy blanket we had, the fur blanket, Faith? I don't know what happened to it. And I loved it. It's like we moved and then, it just disappeared. Or this is a good side table size for him, Boo. See how this is small?
Ooh, I like this. This is very modern. Look at this with the acrylic side. Wow, $899, $900 though for one chair. That's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, we are in furniture place looking for a couch for Khalid. We need something kind of slim because he doesn't have a lot of room. So a couch, a side table, and maybe a bar stool or two. And he's not asking us to do this, and we don't have to do this, but we like to do this, of course, because we're his parents. And he deserves to be comfortable. Because if you know Khalid, he's very low maintenance, and he's really not the type. He's not spoiled at all. He doesn't ask for any of this. In fact, he'll probably tell us not to. So that's the kind of person he is. So that's why I don't feel bad doing it for him. Because right now his space is literally empty, in my opinion. It's empty. Anyway. What is here? I mean, a lot of this is kind of traditional, very puffy for, big homes. Big puffy furniture, traditional. And he likes very minimalistic, modern, clean lines. He doesn't like this old-fashioned furniture. So why are we here? I don't know. We might see something. I don't know. Like, I don't even think he has room for a dining table. He doesn't. Like, see this little cute setup here? You would think this would be ideal, but I don't think he has the room for that. Hey, we got a bar stool. Can't believe we managed to get a bar stool and a couch in this van. Love seat. Let's hope it can carry up the stairs to Khalid's apartment. That should be fun.
Yeah, fun. That's fun. Yeah, funny. You can say fun. That's just funny when the person is not doing the lifting, saying, "Oh, it's going to be fun."
That's right. That's right. Because that's why you're a man. Like I tell my mom, I wasn't meant for doing any heavy manual labor. That's not my thing. I'll decorate for you. I'll tell you what pieces to pick, but I'm not built for manual labor. No, ma'am. I love being feminine, female, even though that does not mean feminine, female means that we're weak. We're not even going to go there, right? Because I know someone's going to be like, oh, that's just such a stereotype, as if women are weak. No, we're not weak.
No.
But when you have a man or a husband, why should you be lifting? Okay? No. And maybe that's old-fashioned, but you do you. I'ma do me. I'm not apologizing.
You shouldn't have to. I'm more than happy to.
And before I say anything else, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your comments, your likes. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. Bye!